Yeah, I've been happy all along. I think the very first day of pre-season, just the chemistry and camaraderie within the group is already inbuilt, and I think that comes on the back of some of our players playing previously together, and that's part of the reason why we got them here, is so we've got some inbuilt chemistry to start the season. And going into Townsville, it's more so what we want to get out of it versus like playing against the opposition. It's got, we got some goals that we want to achieve when we go to Townsville for pre-season.
Can you share many of them with us?
Oh, it's just mostly in around our style of play, how we want to start, how we want to finish games, how we want to defend. It's not so much going to be scout heavy in what the other teams are doing. It's more so we want to focus on the things that we've put in over the last 2.5 weeks of pre-season.
Having Jade back in, obviously she knows you well, she knows the Caps well. Has she slotted straight back in as usual? Yeah, this is the first full day back in practice, or 3/4 of the day back in practice, and not a lot has changed, I guess, from like last year. I guess personnel has changed, but style of play and how we want to change and play, and she's used to that anyway from like knowing me and knowing the system last year, so she's slotted back in well. We'll just have her on a minutes restriction when we go into pre-season. Are you expecting to give everyone a run this weekend?
Yeah, so Tasia Nards will stay behind doing some rehab. Tasia's got a strained quad, so she'll stay behind and rehab that, and she'll be good to go next week fully. And Nards is still recovering after an ankle clean out. They're both into half court, but we just don't want to risk them going full court. And then our 3 DPs will travel with us.
Paul, what did you make about, how the chemistry, you mentioned the chemistry, but how do you reckon that the team is playing? What sort of style are we expecting this year? Yeah,
we want to play fast, and I thought we did a great job of that last year. I think we ended up at the end of the season first in pace offensively, and that's another goal that we still want to play at, knowing that we've got a different lineup, especially like with Zatina. We want to be able to make use of her in the low post and in pick and rolls, and so we've got to pick our poison a little bit with our playing our pace and being able to slow down and play with Z in pick and roll actions to play with that. And then defensively, we want to be aggressive, we want to be assertive. We've got long athletic players, and so we want to be really aggressive on the ball, off the ball with our defensive schemes.
I'm going to have to ask for an explanation about the Labubu dolls video. Can you tell us, was that really your idea?
Yeah, it was. I guess I only first came across them when we went to China for Asia Cup, and so there was the craze over there about Labubus, and then Zatina had, I think, 3 or 4 of them, and so I got the explanation and education about Labubus while we're in China, both from Z, the Chinese players, and they were all throughout the markets, and so that's where the idea kind of started when we got back.
Were you expecting that reaction?
I know Z loves them. Like, Z's got the real things. I think she told me that the real things are Labubus and the fake ones are Lafufus. She's got the Labubu. She's the real deal, and so we're all just the fake ones.
Is it just nice to see that kind of, I guess, camaraderie and jovial vibe amongst the team, and being able to bring them together with something a bit silly, but fun as well? Yeah, I think anything you can do on or off the court to keep creating that chemistry, and that's what I said. Like, from day one, it's been there, but it's like continually cultivating it to be just authentic rather than fake.
There's a lot of new faces in the Capitals this season. How confident are you for this upcoming season, especially with this weekend coming up?
Yeah, to me it's not about this weekend so much. It's just an opportunity to play 2 games and see how and evaluate our style and our players in it. But I don't want to hide away from the fact that we've gone out and recruited the right kind of players that we wanted to be here, and I think we've got a legit chance of being a top 4 team. We've just got to make sure that, number 1, we keep everybody healthy, and number 2, we play the right style of way, and we play the Capital style of basketball. And so I'm confident with the talent level that we got, the length, the athleticism, that we should be a top 4 team.
Does it feel different this season, starting out compared to others?
It felt different last season because I missed the first 3 weeks coming back from the States, and so I missed the first 3 weeks of pre-season, so I came in late. Jade came in late, and I think Charlie Collier came in late, so me being here to recruit the team during the off-season and not have to do it from the States and missing 3 weeks of pre-season has definitely helped giving us a kickstart to here. And then, just as I said, like the chemistry has been it from like day one, and it's been authentic because of the kind of people that we've got, but also from them playing together for a long time.
Speaking of Jade, she had a stellar season overseas. I know she's only just come back, but are you expecting sort of that to lift the whole team?
Yeah, definitely, because I think and no disrespect to what's been here in the past, but I think this is the first time in probably 3 or 4 years that Jade's going to have a legit team around her that can play alongside her, that she doesn't have to do everything herself. And Munga is a great Robin to the Batman, but now we've added Zatina, Sarah, Caddy, Nards coming back in for another season. I think we're super talented and we've got depth across the league. So I think that's great for Jade to be able to not have to have the burden on her shoulder to be able to be the player the whole time season.
Just in general, the WNBL's had this massive growth, restructure, new ownership, I should say. Do you feel there's a bit of pressure on this season for the league as a whole just to step up, whether that's on the court, off the court, professionalism, everything?
Yeah, I think we've seen some things in the background already, having the pre-season tournament #1 is something that we haven't had in the past. And so with the new ownership coming in, being able to pull that together and be able to do that. And then obviously, we haven't started round 1 yet, but I know the work in the background to make the games more entertainment, to get fan engagement, to get crowds, to get sponsorship is being working on the background. And so I think I'm excited about the future of it, but I think it's just going to take a while to see what the full picture looks like.
And the better pay for the players, do you notice that gives the players a bit of a boost, having that recognition?
Yeah, I think so. It is to me when people kind of go on about sports people, it's a 7-day-a-week job. So their job is non-stop 7 days a week for the next 5 months. So they need to be paid accordingly for their talent, just like engineers, whoever they are, get paid for their talent, as the players deserve to be paid for the amount of talent that they get. And also we want to be able to keep them on shore in Australia, and so I think that's a great incentive to be able to be paid well to stay in Australia and play in one of the best leagues in the world.
Feels good. I drove up on Sunday with my sister and just coming back in, you see the ACT sign, you're yep, I'm home, I'm ready. And then walking into the group, God starts yelling at everyone yesterday, so you're home immediately. So group's fantastic, the vibes here are really good, and yesterday it was like a kid on Christmas. I didn't stop smiling. You bring in Z, you bring in Sarah, you still can't believe they're in Caps colours. But yeah, the whole energy and the vibe around this team is really good, and it was great day 1 for me, but I'm excited to do more with this team.
Obviously, it's been I don't want to say a whirlwind year, because I feel like it's been a whirlwind. Do you feel like you've had enough of a break to get back up and running?
I mean, the WNBA season was definitely a grind this year, the 44-game season. In August, we had 14 games. So it was almost I had described it to someone, you felt like a circus animal. They just packed you up and you perform the next night, then they'd pack you up and you'd go again. But it was great. My basketball definitely developed a lot over that. I had 8 days where I kind of didn't have any contact with the team. Here, they were all training, so I just got over jet lag, napped, went for coffee walks, hung out with my dogs, tried to just disengage from basketball completely for 8 days. And then the excitement come Saturday and Sunday to get back here was really real. So you don't have a lot of time to reflect. It's more so between the WNBL and the WNBA season, but I was so excited to get up here. Everyone's the vibe's great, the vibe's great. I was don't have too much fun without me. So by the time I got up here, I'm super excited and I'm just ready to go again.
As just said, coming into this season, the biggest difference is probably going to be that you have got those other experienced players to lean on this year. It's not just you kind of putting the team on your back. That must be a nice feeling coming into a season when you have had a pretty busy year already. Yeah,
100%. And that was our whole target for the off season. We wanted to bring in a good quality big. We wanted to bring in veteran leadership. And in terms of all those boxes, we ticked them. And that's the thing that's most exciting for me. You bring in, people that have played at the international level. Caddy's had a WNBA experience. So we're just such a well-rounded team where it's Goz doesn't even know who he's going to start yet. And to have that kind of problem going into preseason tournament is awesome. So yeah, the vibes are good. For me personally, I'm just excited. I think I just compliment and make plays for people, and I'm not going to have to do as much of the scoring. I can just be me and be a passer, and that excites me. And you hit Sarah for 3, you hit Z in the post, there's just options galore. So we're going to be a team that has 5 people scoring double figures every night. So yeah, in terms of that, I'm just super excited. If I'm having a flat game, someone's going to pick me up. So yeah, vibes are good. It's going to be great.
What do you feel like you learned or took away most from your latest stint in the States?
Yeah, for me, this year my minutes doubled, so that was a huge step forward for me. I was a legitimate sixth woman for our team, so just coming in and being a consistent present, I think for the first time ever in my WNBA career. So third year, it was about time I kind of developed and got into that. But I think defensively, my team started to trust me with huge matchups, so that's something I'm looking to come back here and do. Isa does a great job of starting that here, so it was just easy for me to follow on. So defensively, I want to be really good this year, and Goz will make sure he stays on me about that. And then I just want to continue to play make, continue to control the tempo for this team, continue to get people the looks they want, just make life easier for people. I think that's something that I tried to do over there and started developing. And then if I can consistently knock down the 3-2, I think it'll really benefit our team.
Is the schedule in the WNBA going to feel quite relaxed now compared to what you're used to?
Yeah, well, we had back-to-backs in the WNBA. It was pretty wild. So, yeah, it could be pretty good. I think the first 3 weeks we only have 3 games, so that is very good to us. We can kind of work into the season. We can still have our main practices and get chemistry. So that kind of first month for us has kind of been a real dream. We get on the road and we'll have to, take on some really tough opponents early, but we're going to figure out a lot about ourselves in a short amount of time. So for me, yeah, it might feel like a bit more couch time, which is always good, and a bit more time to myself. But you love playing basketball, so you want to play as many games as you can. But I think it's a bonus that we'll have practice time to really get better, work on things that we want to. And yeah, we're out here to push for a championship this year.
And obviously super early days, but what are your hopes for this season for the whole team?
Yeah, well, first step's definitely to make the top 4. Second step would definitely to be maybe top 2 so we can secure a home final. And then why not win a championship? I think on paper and coming into here, you can kind of get the feeling of how good a group is. And yesterday I was like, let me practice, because this group is just unreal, and I've slotted in beautifully today. They make it easy to play basketball, and that's all you want. You want to be able to find players. If someone's weak at something, someone else is strong at that. We all pick each other up. So great people, great basketball players, and yeah, I feel like I'd be selling this team short if I didn't say we were going for a championship.